How's it going, everyone? Dax here, and today we're going to be reacting to some more MK videos. We're going to be reacting to r/facepalm, handle with care. Let's get straight into it. And away we go.
Naruto, I don't think so. I have an interview for a job tomorrow, and the supervisor texted me. Is this Montana? No, this is Patrick. The JK, yeah, it's me. Who's this? Dominique from Dr. Reddy's office. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, this is Montana. To be fair, it's totally fine and normal, at least in my opinion, to be a little smarty boy when someone just out of nowhere, you have no idea who they are, text you. Is this whoever?
Yeah, that's not a facepalm moment. If it's an unknown number, you're going to be a bit quirky with it. You know
Patrick.
what I mean?
No, I'm just kidding with you. Who's this? Come on, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's over, guys. Musk versus Zuck cage fight is canceled by Musk's mommy. Yep, I said so. The fight's been canceled. Elon Musk's mother pulls the plug on Dana White's UFC plan for her son and Mark Zuckerberg. Oh.
No.
Thanks, mommy. Dude, honestly, though, I'm sure he's psyched as hell he didn't have to embarrass himself. All right, well, he did have his mom stop it. Maybe he's still kind of embarrassed. So who's gonna tell him? Tampons should not be free. Why does everyone keep saying they should be? If you can't control your bladder, then that's not the taxpayer's problem.
Oh my god.
Pay for your own tampons if you can't hold it until you get to a toilet. I don't urinate everywhere and expect free nappies.
How old is this man's? If he's above 18, he should be embarrassed.
Ryan, I hope to the highest level of heaven and the deepest pits of hell that you are making an incredible joke. You know, but you did double down.
You could be trolling.
You did 2 tweets. You didn't just do the one. You did 2. So in this case, I don't.
He's got quite a big like retweet ratio.
Think that my prayers are being answered by any god of this world. Ryan, I hope to Christ that you can gain some proper education from someone. It's just anyone. Anyone. I don't care who it is. They should sit you down and explain gently that you're dumb. My daughter was just offered a teaching position at $16.25 per hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32,800 annually. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55,000 a year as a bartender. Our priorities are messed up. Yeah, it's despicable. In no world should a bartender, not to say that bartenders don't deserve good pay, because everybody deserves good pay, but in no
they get abuse. They get abuse.
Universe should
from drunkards?
A teacher make almost not enough to live, or in a lot of cases, nothing. Nothing. They have to rely so much on so many other things, dude.
To be fair, these jobs are very similar. You got to look after drunken people which act like kids, and you look after kids that act like kids.
God. My mom went to a private school that worked so that she could make a lot more, got her master's degree as well, and she got a good raise. But if she were still on the public side of things, not really. No, it's terrible. $32,000 a year is, for a master's, it's nothing. I'm sorry. Especially because teachers have to buy all sorts of stuff on their own. They can only claim $250 worth of their stuff. At least to my knowledge, that's what they're capped out at nowadays. Meanwhile, a YouTuber can claim and deduct anything they put or make in a video.
Well, that's any self-employed person, yes.
Anything. I can make a video about the car I just bought, throw it up on my YouTube channel, and boom! I'm good to frickin' go. That is how unrestricted it is for someone who's self-employed like that versus a teacher. I don't think that's right. So ABC News has suggested that parents put something important in the back seat to help them not forget their kids are in the car. Put something important in the back seat. Something important. You put your child in the back seat, and they're recommending that you put something important in the back seat with the child. Wow. Look, everybody's had a slip of the brain a couple of times in their lives, okay? But that, oh my God. I think the biggest problem for me is the fact he don't understand Old Town Road is every kid's anthem. Children love him for that record, so they tuned in and subscribed to his channels. With no disclaimer, oh, I know what you're talking about. I literally sing about lean and adultery in Old Town Road. You decided to let your child listen, blame yourself. Yep, I'm sorry, Lil Nas X didn't do shit. You're just a moron. The Civil War wasn't about slavery until the Union started losing. Lincoln needed to gain the support of the Northerners somehow, so he made a political move to include slavery. Otherwise, the people would have forced Lincoln to stop the unpopular war. Many Southern generals couldn't have cared less about slavery or fighting for it. Fact. Excuse me? Fact? So I'm taking it you have a degree in history with a focus on American history during that time period, because I do, and that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If a 16-year-old wanted to adopt a child, the government wouldn't allow it. She isn't done with her education, she can't financially support herself, and she isn't a legal adult. But if she gets pregnant, the government can ban her from getting an abortion. How is that logical? There are incredibly stupid
They can?
age gates in very, very weird areas all over the place. You want to go to war and die, and you're 8?
I'm sorry, but if it's that person's life, like, are they claiming the child for themselves? Do they get the kid afterwards? Like,
gates in very, very
how is that logical?
weird areas all over the place. You want to go to war and die, and you're 18? Sure, dude, come on in. You want a beer? Go f yourself. You're not 21 yet, you little Twitty user.
I always found that law kind of weird for Americans, but I've heard Americans drink at a later age because they drive at a younger age. So they're more likely to drink drive, so that's why the age number's gone up. But it's kind of logical, to be fair, but do you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to drink, they're going to drink no matter what age.
You want a beer? Go f yourself. You're not 21 yet, you little Twitty user doesn't seem happy to learn that James Cameron is, as a matter of fact, a noted submarine expert. Titanic director James Cameron on the catastrophic implosion of the Titan submersible. I'm struck by the similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed ahead full speed into an ice field. Noted submarine expert James Cameron has literally dived the Titanic on multiple occasions, made the highest grossing movie ever about the Titanic, built his own freaking submarine, that works, and most notably, for our purposes, did not get turned into human salsa by his own invention. Are you his publicist? Yeah, nice try at deflection, gay lumberjack. But James Cameron has spent more time on the Titanic than the captain of the Titanic. He has been to the lowest point on Earth with the submarine that he designed that cost $10 million and is made out of the correct material. Again, not expired garbage.
Came in with the facts.
The man actually, surprisingly enough, does know exactly what he's talking about, and probably more than you will ever know about diving and exploring the ocean. Under a post where British King's Guard passed out in the sun. Does he think that the British Army actually still go into combat dressed like that? An army so stupid they couldn't come up with a summer uniform in 400 years. No wonder they've lost every war, and the only wars they've won, they needed help from Americans. This
okay, shut the hell up.
Man is so stupid,
idiot.
It hurts. Just every other day, he seems to outdo himself with incredibly bad takes. Are you kidding me? Do you actually think that that's himself with...
I'm sorry, 669k views, 571 likes. Man needs to leave Twitter.
Incredibly bad.
He should be banned.
Takes. Are you kidding me? Do you actually think that that's what they've been wearing? Also, do you think that they're just constantly at war? It's a dress code thing, bro. Chill the hell out. Cleaner, annoyed with beeping sound, switches off lab freezer in the United States and causes $1 million of damage. Annoyed by an incessant beeping sound, a cleaner at a U.S. private research institute allegedly flipped a switch that stopped the noise, but also shut off the storage freezer, destroying significant scientific work. In a lawsuit against the cleaning firm, the university said this cost the lab at least $1 million in damages and wiped out 25 years of research. Holy actual shit. The freezer held cell cultures and other samples. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Who cares if the beeping annoys you? That's not what you're there to fix. You are there to clean. You do not get to turn things on and off because it annoys you. Are you insane? My sister started 8th grade and it's all on Zoom. And today she got in trouble because she got up to get water during class. And she's getting yelled at. Or as she's getting yelled at, excuse me, she looks at me and says, how's this bitch gonna tell me I can't get water in my own house?
Sure.
Yeah, I have always despised it being normalized. I understand it to a certain degree, but I've always hated how it's kind of semi-normalized and okay to ingrain in people that going to the bathroom is something you need to ask permission for.
Yes.
Getting water is something you need to ask permission for. Again,
actual things your human body needs to do things, bro.
and
Why?
Teacher has to be able to corral the kids and all that fun stuff. But by the time you get to high school, I should be able to get up and go to the bathroom or go get some water without you thinking something strange. Because when you get to college, if you raise your hand and ask to go to the bathroom after 12 years of doing so, roughly speaking, possibly longer, they're going to think you're a goddamn idiot. I don't understand past a certain point why they do that. Excuse me, you don't need water. Thank you. Yes, I do. It's how we live. If you make it to the Olympics, you have far more work ethic than anyone criticizing your work on Facebook. I've never been more proud of my country. Teen Olympian overslept, lost coat, said f*** on TV, and won the United States' first gold of 2018.
That's crazy.
Overslept. That sums up the work ethic of the entire generation.
Got a gold medal and you're sitting there with a cat picture as your profile picture. Get out of here.
How many gold medals do you and your cat have? Go knit some cat mittens, Deborah. I cannot believe
That's crazy.
that she looked at this and thought, yeah, I'll make a joke about the entire generation being lazy. This kid overslept, still made it, and still won a gold medal. So who cares if he overslept? It just makes the story cooler. So yeah, go knit some cat mittens, Deborah. So is no one going to talk about how one of Hollywood's biggest stars has impregnated a literal 29-year-old teenager?
Why is it people don't understand that 20-year-olds are not teenagers?
What?
That's crazy.
No. Pull that one back for me and play it again.
What
did you just say? A literal 29-year-old teenager? Dude, we're going to get to a point where a 50-year-old is a child, aren't we? Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. She's a 29-year-old grown-ass woman. Sure, the age difference...
That age gap is mad.
It's just crazy. He's like 83 years old. I understand, but they're two consenting people. So mind your own mother friggin' business. How about that? Just chill out. I think the worst part about this is this kid's gonna get to know his father in his 90s. And hey, if he's still around by the time this kid graduates...
Hey, if he gets to know his father in a night, that's crazy.
High school,
you might even
he's gonna
know
be like 145 years old, all right? Now, that'll be kind of impressive. How Ukraine's dam collapse could become the country's Chernobyl. Hold on. Hold the phone. It could become their what? Where do you think Chernobyl is? There's no way. There is no way.
I think this can confuse people because I think that Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union when it happened. Am I correct? So therefore they could get it mixed up thinking it was Russia. But that's just... an idiot's perspective.
In hell, I refuse to believe that Time posted this.
Yeah, these are okay. Yeah, I didn't realize it was Time. I thought it was an individual. They should do their research.
Become Ukraine's Chernobyl, kind of like Chernobyl. Oh my God. What an absolutely ridiculous thing to say. One could argue that China's continued use of symbols instead of an alphabet is a sign that it's not evolved past a very primitive form of communication. One which the West rejected thousands of years ago. Interesting. One might argue this difference in language makes the West more flexible in thought and deed than China can ever be. Catherine, you're an absolute moron, a buffoon, a goofball, if you will. Stop saying things because it's only going to make you angrier and more embarrassed. I promise you. This old lady came to the bank I work at to withdraw $10. I told her that for withdrawals less than $100, she has to use the ATM. So she asked to withdraw 1,000 in $10 bills. It sucked, but I counted it out and handed her the money. She took $10, gave me $990, and said, "Can you deposit this for me?" That right there is as maliciously compliant as it can possibly get. Okay, not true. It can always get way crazier. But for the...
I respect that, though. That's petty.
For the love of God, what kind of a dumb frickin' rule is that? What? I have to use the ATM? No. Give me my $10, please. What? I graduated from law school 6 years ago with $250,000 of student loan debt. But after years of hard work and tens of thousands of dollars of payments, I can officially say I now owe $315,000. Hooray!
Holy
I don't...
shoot.
No, something's gotta give. Something is absolutely going to break. Like, it has to break at some point. $315,000? So this guy just has a mortgage that constantly goes up forever, and there's nothing that can be done about it. for 6 years.
That's
and
bad.
what's buying a home going to be like? Basically, the price of your home is double or triple depending on what you did because of this loan. Oh my God. How is it not predatory that paying tens of thousands of dollars towards a loan amount results in the loan increasing? Dude, what are we going to do about this? Mr. Beast reveals he was in.
That's crazy, man. Like, unless you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, education's just really not it nowadays.
Invited to ride the Titanic submarine, but declined it. Implosion dodged. Didn't this result in a bunch of people clowning on him because this implied that he sent the message rather than him being invited like he said?
Wait.
Or am I reading it incorrectly?
No, you're reading it correctly.
All I know is people were making fun of him for a little bit over this. Kind of scary that I could have been on it. I don't think you were going to be on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think they were clowning on him for the fact that he wasn't gonna be on it because he didn't. In other words, he denied it, right? He didn't want to be on it.
May be put on violent video games to help prevent school shootings. Oh look, the government found a way to profit off of school massacres. Took them a while. I know, surprising, isn't it? Progressive males are not men. They move and gesticulate like women. The hand-over-mouth gesture is one example. Physically repulsive. Conservatives get offended by the weirdest shit. Imagine masculinity so fragile, you can't touch your own face. Yeah, at this point, they want everything to seem like a female trait. And have you ever noticed that they always dehumanize the feminine traits, period? So they just think women aren't.
What is it with Americans and having arguments based on if you're a conservative or a liberal? I don't get that. They're so into their politics that they literally make it so they seem like liberals and conservative can never be friends. It's crazy. Like, they're just different political views, bro. You can expand your universe by talking to other people and not disliking them just because of their political views. That's just crazy. That's just mental to me.
People seem to brush past that a lot. It's less about calling every man gay for covering their mouth or doing this or doing that. It's also about the weird implications of femininity being not a human f***ing trait. Law enforcement source: 19 officers fired into UPS truck. Could exceed 200 rounds. Thank God the cops opened fire and killed the two suspects, the hostage, and a random passerby. Or the bad guys would have gotten away with some insured jewelry in their easily identified, super slow-moving UPS truck that was already being GPS tracked and had a helicopter following it. Cool. Everybody gets executed. That way, nothing can escape. My pregnant wife and I are seriously considering getting divorced so she'll qualify for Medicaid to pay for the birth and I can afford insurance for myself. I'm not even joking. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how it can get this bad. We all know that it is this bad. It is ruining millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of lives. It's damn near impossible to be able to take care of yourself because of this. And
that's so depressing. Come from a country that has the NHS, which is like, we all pay, so we don't have to pay for medical bills and such. Like, to not even be able to have a child. So what, you just turn up to the delivery room and they don't let you have the child? Or is it the fact they charge you money and put you in debt? That's what I wonder. Like, would they refuse you? They can't refuse you, right? That's like inhumane.
And literally nothing can be done about it. Absolutely zero solutions whatsoever. Because an old guy is afraid that he's paying for somebody else's healthcare, which he already f***ing does through, you guessed it, private insurance. He's just paying more and still paying for other people's crap. I don't get any of this, dude. It's insane. I just want people to be f***ing taken care of. How is that too much to ask? I don't get it. I just read the news that the Titan submersible was crushed by sea pressure, and it all sounds logical until we start thinking that at that depth, the submarine was in also live fish like these in the photo. What? Flesh echoes. How can it be that a fish made of human flesh like us can survive, and instead a submarine made of iron does not withstand the pressure when the fish do? Suspicious, right? What are they hiding from us? Well, okay, for one thing, that's a narwhal. I love them.
Yeah,
for another thing,
I thought they were fake until I had to Google them, man. Narwhals are gnarly. The massive horns, they call them the unicorns of the sea.
Fish are not made of human flesh. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And another thing, it was not made of iron. It was made with shelf expired second-hand carbon fiber from Boeing. So, no, it was an incredibly arrogant piece of machinery built by a man who was killed by his own rule-breaking hubris. Just big-headedness all the way, and he got other people killed for it. So please, stop. When you go to a gender-neutral bathroom and get mad for being treated like an equal, I used a gender-neutral bathroom today, and 2 men came in while I was washing my hands. Man number 1 didn't care and used the bathroom in front of me. What do you mean in front of you?
In front of you?
Man number 2 waited outside the bathroom until I left, after seeing me inside. I thanked man number 2 for respecting my privacy. I felt so violated. Man number 1 treated you as an equal in a gender-neutral bathroom. Man number 2 treated you like a woman. I don't know which one you want as treatment, but both treated you with respect and neither violated you. Now, here's what I'm imagining, and I'm kind of confused. When I think gender-neutral bathroom, I'm thinking it's a bathroom for one person at a time. You open the door, you lock the door behind you. Is that what this was? Was it like a single occupancy, single person bathroom that a bunch...
Wait, if that's the case, washing her hands. So did he just like sit down in front of her while she was washing her hands, while she was using a single bathroom? Okay, that is mad disrespect if that's the case. But if it's like a neutral bathroom where they all go into... crazy thing when
people were trying to use together?
The restroom.
Because look, if so, and you didn't lock the door and you just went into this single-person bathroom and people started walking in, the guy that walked in and pissed or whatever he did, that's a little strange.
That's a
but
bit
if
strange.
this was just an open, gender-neutral, multiple occupancy restroom, I don't get it. It's all very... I hate it here. I'm just gonna go and drink some water.
I don't blame you, buddy. I'm gonna do the same. Huh? What is going on in the world? Okay, good video.